Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the show that never ends. I'm Rod, your happy hippie. I'm here to do a contest entry, a support video for JT's Record Room. JT, a great guy in the VC. He's not real, he's kind of new. Let's call him new. JT, how you doing? He's having a contest to, I guess, raise awareness to his channel, push him to 400 subs, give him that push. And he'll be there before you know it, man. He's got a great channel, JT's Record Room. There's so many channels now in the VC, and I think it's wonderful. Especially in 2020, so many people popped up in the VC. It was just very refreshing. JT, this is a simple contest. 5 favorite albums. And he admitted in his video, he said, you know, it's going to change week to week. I picked 5 albums that are in like my top 25. Because on any given day, I could say they're my top 5. But these are 5 solid albums, and they never, ever change in that 20, 25 category of my favorites of all times. And I'm not going to go in any order. I'm just going to grab one. This is the first one I grabbed, so I was hoping this would be last. The Grateful Dead. This is actually either number 1 or number 2 album of all time. This and Let It Bleed by the Stones could be tied for my very favorite album of all time. I got my records in, so you can't see the inside of the gate sleeve, but it's a generic one. It's just blank. There's no pictures. Great album. I can't say that enough. American Beauty. It's almost cliche showing this album, but it really is one of my favorite albums, if not my favorite. Boxer Rain's on it. Friend of the Devil. Sugar Magnolia. Operator. Candyman. Ripple. Truckin'. I just named a few. This could be a greatest hits album by them. My favorite 2 songs by The Dead are Friend of the Devil and Ripple, are my 2 very, very favorite Grateful Dead songs that are on studio albums. You get into their live stuff and it changes, but this is a great album. Top 5 for sure. Jimi Hendrix. What more can you say about this album? Jimi Hendrix, a master guitar player, the greatest one that ever lived. I could have shown 2 or 3 of his albums, but this is the one I chose because this is the one I always go to when I want to play Jimi Hendrix. What a beautiful flipping human being, man. Just a positive spirit. It was almost like he was an alien. He was just on his own vibe. Jimi Hendrix, dude. This is another album of mine I've loved since I was probably about 20, 21 years old. Randy Newman, Letter Criminals. And this is my favorite album by Randy. Randy Newman is now doing soundtracks. He's been doing it a long time and he does it well. He's actually won Grammys for some of the soundtracks he's done. Randy Newman, incredible musician, producer, songwriter. Fantastic album. This probably is in my top 10 albums of all flipping time. Unfortunately, he's best known for, or not best known, he was for a long time known for Short People. And that's kind of a parody song, kind of a comedy song. But it's actually showing how stupid sexism and racism is. He's comparing it to Short People. I mean, if people listen to it and get the message, you click. Randy Newman. And you know what? My brother-in-law's brother knows him. And maybe one day I could get an autograph by Randy Newman. That would be cool. John Coltrane. I could have picked a few different jazz albums to put in here, but John Coltrane, Blue Train, Blue Note, 1577. Again, this is really cliche. Everyone, oh, jazz, John Coltrane, but there's a reason it's cliche, because it's a damn good album. There's a couple John Coltrane's I could have pulled, but this is my favorite one he's done. And he has another one real popular. We all know it, but this is my go-to, John Coltrane. And last but not least, a band from the '90s. They weren't together very long. Personnel problems. Well, they couldn't get along. They were a bunch of young assholes. They couldn't get along, but they split into two different bands. This is Uncle Tupelo. No Depression. Fantastic album. Fantastic album. I love it. You know, there's a CD version of this album, and I've looked for it on the internet. I can't find it anymore. It came out in the late 90s. It was like the 15th anniversary or maybe the 10th anniversary of it. And it had a lot of bonus songs on it. Some live stuff and some tracks were left off the album. And there's a version of Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down by Uncle Tupelo. That's amazing. If anyone knows where I could buy that album or CD, I'm sure it's not on album, please let me know in the comments. I would love to find a copy. Willing to buy it. I had it. It's just one of those ones I'll let go back in the day. And I've told that story before. It's gone. I can't look back. But that's the first part of the contest. 5 favorite albums of all time. And those are 5 of my favorite. He also wants us to show 3 directors. And if we could show the soundtrack, man, that would even be better. Martin Scorsese. Wonderful director. I know he's done a lot more than this. But he says hopefully it has a good soundtrack to it. And you know this does, man. That has a wonderful soundtrack to it. The Rolling Stones. You can still get this, I want to say on Amazon Prime. Maybe Netflix. Really, really cool Stones movie if you're a Stones fan. Next up. And I just had here it is. Quentin Tarantino. Pulp Fiction. Fame. Also Reservoir Dogs and Jackie Brown. Quentin Tarantino is probably my favorite director. Absolutely freaking awesome dude. I love his movies. That just stupid look he gets on his face when he acts in the movie. Wonderful director. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. Another great director, Robert Rodriguez. If you've never seen this movie, do yourself a favor. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Johnny Depp's in it. Great movie. In the movie, he gives a recipe for this roast. I forget the name of it. It's a Mexican roast. And they're in a village in Mexico. And Johnny Depp orders this particular roast. And he eats it. He's about halfway done. And he wanted to know who cooked this. So they took him back to the kitchen to meet the chef. And he pulled out his gun and shot him. Dead. Shot him. Killed him. And he said, that was so good, I had to kill him just to level off the universe, the karma. Anyway, at the end of the movie, or not at the end of the movie, but one of the special features is a recipe for it. And I can't remember the name. You wrap it up in foil. You cook it with peppers and everything. And I've made it. It's actually a wonderful dish. Luckily, no one shot me after eating it. And last but not least, John Carpenter, another one of my favorite directors. I thought I had one of his soundtracks. You grew up in the late 70s and 80s. This guy's movies scared the poop out of you. I mean, John Carpenter. Some great directing there, man. The noise. God, just such a great director, man. I can't put it into words, but it's really part of my childhood. Anyway, those are my albums and my movies. I'm representing Alice Cooper because I did not show one of his albums. But, you know, he's definitely in my top 50, in my top 40. Probably Alice Cooper. So I had to represent. Also in the background, you can hear it. It's the Beatles from the White Album. Another one that could have been easily in my top 5. I'm not going to show the album because we've all seen the White Album. Everybody watching this video, unless you're from another planet, has seen the White Album. So I don't need to show it to you. I do need to tell you, please, when you're done with this, go over to JT's Record Room. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Check out his past videos. He does a great job. Great knowledge of music, and just a real laid-back person, man. Do me a favor, please, if you haven't subscribe, and like the video if you like it. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Let me know. Everybody, have a great week ahead of you, whatever the week may be, whenever you're watching this video. I'm filming it on a Friday. But whenever you watch it, man, just be good.